Yeah. All right. Let me see here. Stand by, stand by. Sure everything's on par here. All right. I think we're good. Okay. How you doing, everybody? This is Eric from TopFlight Trades. It is 2016. If you can believe it, it is January 3rd, Sunday evening. 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. Sorry, the video is a little late. I've been doing a lot of work, a lot of studying this weekend, and just kind of getting to it right now. So, yeah. So this is the weekend review. I do this every weekend, kind of go over some stocks, take a look at what we did last week, where we're going, we think, and that kind of thing. And, of course, we closed out the year here, 2015, obviously just a few days ago, Friday night. Yeah, Friday night maybe. And what a year it's been. By far this year was the best year I've ever had in trading. By far the best year ever. Yeah, I don't want to sound I started trading options this year back in late February, early March, and that was just put my trading on steroids. The returns were triple digits, sometimes zero, but my best trade of the year was the 1,000%, the DSX, Diana Shipping, which I still have. I bought it at a nickel and sold it at what's that, 55% then? Or 55 cents? Yeah, that's something else. Anyways, it's been a good year, and I've seen a lot of things on the internet here the last few days where it says, what's it say? 2014 was practice, 2015's warming up, 2016's game time. And I really, truly believe that. Last year was a really good learning experience, and I got to learn with a lot of you as well on the site here this last year. And hopefully you guys are still plugging away, learning in that, because it's a never-ending thing. I've been doing this a long time, but you know what? I don't even like to say that because it doesn't mean anything. If I didn't learn anything the first 10 years, well then, whatever. So, yeah, I'm going to shed the headphones. I guess I really don't even need it because I'm not interacting with anybody. So, yeah, so that's what's going on. So anyways, 2015 was an excellent year, and I'm really looking forward to 2016, though. That's what I'm mostly excited for. Yeah. Hey, if you want to know how well we've done, come on over to InvestFeed, and you'll see where we're at over there. And right now we're ranked number 1, and you can see our portfolio and how we've done. I'll show it. I'll go over it really quickly here at the end of the video. And we'll kind of get a look of how we did. I won't cover that right now. But anyway, so Happy New Year to everybody. I hope everybody feels renewed, just re-energized, ready to roll into 2016. I hope you spent the weekend, really getting ready to dive right on in. Yeah, just got to be ready at all times. So, okay, so what we're going to do tonight is like we always do. We're going to take a look at the markets overall. I'm just going to give my opinion of where I think we're at, what we're doing. Only thing of any kind of news really going on, which I didn't study too closely, was, what do we get? Saudi Arabia and Iran are having problems right now. This afternoon. It's Sunday. Oil popped. The futures popped quite a bit, but they've already pulled back quite a bit. So didn't really amount to much. With that, I am heavily held in energy and oil. And so I am kind of straddling USO a little bit. So if it does pop on me, I can benefit that way as well. But for the most part, I'm pretty bearish on everything, including oil. Even if it does pop, hey, I stick with my technicals. Everything I do is technical, and I got to rely on the charts, and I do, and it seems to be working okay. All right. So anyways, we're going to get to the charts here now. So, sorry for that noise. We're going to get right to the charts right now. So let me hop on over to the screen share. Now, I've done these. I haven't announced these weekend stock reviews because I haven't been able to schedule them very well. I've been pretty busy with a lot of things going on, and I'm trying to spend spend more time on this, but my schedule hasn't been very well, and usually I try to schedule it. And so anyways, let me see. I do have chat on, I believe. Let me see if there's anybody there. I doubt it. Okay, that's good. There's Q&A as well. I haven't noticed any interaction in a little bit, so usually people email me with questions. And if you want to email me with a question, it's topflighttrades@gmail.com. And again, you can find me over at investfeed.com. You can find me at StockTwits. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Google, LinkedIn. We're kind of all over the place. We're just kind of push everything out there and what we're up to. So easy to find. All right, I'm going to jump right on into the screen share. All right. All right. Very good. So here we are, folks. Okay, so this is the S&P right here. You can see kind of what we've been looking at. Our last video was when? We have a full week last week? I forget. Where was last week? The 23rd, 24th, 24th. 24th. Yeah, 28th, 29th. Okay, so anyways, we're in between here. Anyways, you can see we came up to this support area here and then have since pulled back once again. So looking at that, we got the 100-day moving average right along here, this bolder blue line. So we'll see if we hold that. Being the new year, who knows what's going to happen. I know a lot of people like to sell and, at the end of the year, take some losses for tax reasons, which doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I don't get that. But either way, we'll see what happens this year. The markets could see a revitalization here, a kind of a burst of energy. And if so, we could come back up to these levels here, and I think we'll still support and respect this line right here. So we could get a nice pop here the next couple of days and come back up to the 210 area. But I don't think we have enough strength to continue. Or the markets can just dump and float, whatever. I mean, we got two trend lines here. I mean, again, we got this one here, and we have this one here. Anything beyond that, I would be surprised. So that's just pretty much what I think. Let's take a look and see what we have in them. What's this? All right, so here's the Dow. So whatever. I mean, I guess I could draw another line here. It really isn't really matter too much. I mean, I could do something like that, but whatever. I think we're going to hold that. But obviously, this line I just drew right here and the one above it are descending. They're sloping downward right now. So, and that's off these points here. Right now, I'd look at this dark black line I just drew right here. It's a more prominent line, the more important line to break. So that's the Dow. And let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Same kind of thing. I mean, we got a couple points here we can draw. I mean, just 2 points. What's it going to mean? I don't know. But again, that's an area that we're going to want to see the NASDAQ break. And we did have 2 red days, candles down right now. So we'll see where we land with that. Again, I don't know. I try not to watch the news, actually. I try to go primarily by the charts. So, and I'm bullish or bearish on the markets right now. So that's what I'm looking at. Let me, while I'm here, I'll reveal here some of my indicators here, which is nothing grand. It's not nothing here that's anything that people are going to go wow about. But usually when I take pictures of the screen, I just break these down. I knock them down so no one can see them because it doesn't matter. But I can see one thing interesting here. All right, I'm getting a lot of comments on another site here. Anyways, okay, so what I'm looking at here, let me see if I can back this out again, and we can take a look. I'm looking at the RSI here. You can see I drew this point down here to this point. And look above, up here, you can see where I'm at to here. Okay, and you can see we're making higher highs and higher lows. We kind of finally broke through it. And, obviously the chart did that the same. And we've come down and we've come up, and where do we hit that line? Right here at this day. Look at the RSI. Now we kind of hit that resistance area, down, up again, and that's where we're at. So let me extend this out, and we'll see what the heck happens here in the next few weeks. All right, so I did the same down here with my RMI, but I'm not going to get into that. That's not even right now, so whatever. Okay, so anyways, that's the NASDAQ. So let's go back to the SPY again. See what we see. Disregard this line. It doesn't look very good anymore. All right. Okay, so anyways, I know this video tonight is just flat. I'm sorry it's so boring, but we're going to get into stocks right now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover some of the ones that we watched last week. And I didn't go back and date each single one that we talked about and when, but we're going to, for the most part, all these stocks moved last week. This is what we called, these were all essentially bearish. Okay, so we have KMI. I got into KMI last week. I get on either this day or this. No, I take it back. This red line right here. That's when I got in. So it's actually gone up a little bit, failed to make a new high, and it's rolling back down again. So I am in KMI. I posted this on StockTwits and InvestFeed, and I think StockTwits. KMI. You can see, anyways, this box what I had drawn here, it's essentially my target. I have some options, April options on it. Box is not exact, but I just kind of get an idea of where my break even will be and where I want this to go. It's just my quick visual. But it's my basket, and I want this baby to kind of fall into there and hopefully come right through the bottom, and then I know I had got some real nice profits. But that's KMI. And again, one thing with KMI is we're talking about tonight. We're talking about Iran and Saudi Arabia having some issues tonight, and the oil futures popped quite a bit. Well, they've already pulled back, and apparently, with that, expect action in all the oil stocks, and even including KMI, Kinder Morgan here. But ultimately, it won't matter what happens until the markets open tomorrow morning. Anything can happen. Missiles could fly by the time we wake up in 12 hours when the markets open in 12 and 3/4 hours. Or not, so there's no saying. But anyways, I'm sticking with my, regardless of the news, I stick with my technicals, my setups. I mean, unless there's a nuclear war, something just absolutely catastrophic, but little pops in the news like that, I expect. That's what makes this thing jump. That's what makes this thing fall. Okay. And tomorrow we could pop up and we could come back up to middle of 16s again. We'll probably fail to make a new high. Let me draw that in here. Okay. No, I'm not predicting, but whatever. So we might get a pop next couple days. It's going to run out of steam. It's going to come up not even to 16s. It's going to fall back down again. Then we got earnings coming up again. So anyways, that's Kinder Morgan. Watching Kinder Morgan. I'm in Kinder Morgan. But yes, obviously I keep a close eye on it. Next we have CHK. What are we doing here? CHK. Okay, so that was one that we had already entered. We still have over there at InvestFeed right now. We got him way back here, obviously at 812. Sold a position down here at 367. We're running up a little bit. No position in this, but this is another one I'm watching right now. Reason I'm watching it is I'm just slowly watching the RMI climb up again. And then we got the Williams. That's what I have down here. It's not ready yet, but I'm watching it. You got the Williams climbing back up again. I had the bar set a little higher here. You can see I had the bar set over -10. Said negative 20 where it's at. I want to see it a little higher. And then of course we have the RSI. And right now I have the RSI at 13 instead of 14. Want to see a little quicker action. And we're starting to climb up on that as well. So keep an eye on that. So that's CHK. One I got into last week, and I posted last week and on the watch list was ATI. Last week was a short week, wasn't it? Yes, it was, because New Year's Day. Anyways, I got in on Monday. So you can see my red line here. That's when I got in. That means I went short on it. And I bought some super long calls or puts. What did I buy? It's not letting me look here. Oh my God, where do they go? All the way out to July. Okay. Anyways, I won't burden you with what I got going on here, but you can see basically. So here's my puts that I bought for July. July 10 puts is what I bought actually. So let me fix this. Okay, so anyways, this is where we're at. So you can see the linear regression channel we have here. We could climb back up again, but even most recently, we're not making higher highs. We're still lower highs. Here's a higher low, I guess. Whatever. ATI. We'll see what the markets do. So it's obviously gone down a little bit, very little bit since I bought it. I don't know where I'm at with it specifically, but whatever. Then we have CBA. Again, I got in this last, I guess it was a week before. You can see with the red line there where I entered. This made my watch list as well, which I posted. What did I buy? 15. What did I buy? Some 15 puts. What's that? February 15 puts on this one. So we'll see what this does. Looks kind of weak here last couple of days. Looks maybe we could be getting some strength to climb. I don't know. All it takes is one bad day, one big red candle, and we'll be in the money and doing real well. So anyways, that's CBA. Kind of see where I bought in up here. I kind of had my RMI high, Williams high, and kind of a recent high on the RSI. But I did enter that, and I do own it, so that's where we're at. Next, GMLP. I did not get into this, but this is one I put on the watch list last week. So, and 4 days ago, or 3 days ago, it would have been back on this day, I believe. I think it's the 28th. Again, I have that posted on Stock Twits and Invest Feed, and TopFlight Trades, of course. The Twitter feed is there. So we're just kind of floating sideways here on this one. Still expecting some movement. Don't think we're going to come up to the moving average here. This is what, the 50-day moving average in the top of the linear regression channel. I'm not really expecting it, but it could. But then if it certainly does, then I'm definitely expecting a drop down, maybe hopefully even to $6 I'd like to see. So, all right, USO. Here is where we are with USO. I do have some positions on this. I do have a couple calls, which I don't have the boxes drawn in, but I do have mostly puts. And you can see I do have 2 contracts there. And you can see the different boxes I have. Obviously, one expires. I draw these in kind of crudely. They're not perfect. I don't even know what day it is, but whatever. I have a January put here, and I also have a February. So anyways, we're starting to get in that range. Let this thing just continue to do its thing. I don't think we're going to make a double bottom and bounce here just yet. But you never know. Again, Monday morning's open. Tomorrow morning's open with the unrest in Iran and Saudi Arabia. Could get a nice pop out of this. Okay, DSX. Same thing. This is the one I got the 1,000% return on. I bought way up here. I bought the $4 January puts for a nickel. And this thing just dumped all the way down. And I sold somewhere down in here. I don't know if it was here or here. But I sold at... Actually, I sold up here, too. I sold halfway at like 30 cents, 35 cents, I forgot, which was obviously, what's that, 500-600% return. But I held on to 3/4 of my position and I let it come down. And I sold another quarter right there. So clearly I'm in the profit right now. So now I'm holding quite a bit. But I that was 1,000% return. Kind of got a pop out of it. Here the other day, it was a 6% gain, I think. Yep. It's kind of interesting. We'll see what happens here, but I did enter again back on this day, kind of at this high, and we started to get a change in direction. I did buy some more puts on this. Again, $4 puts further out, February's. So, again, we might trade sideways here for a bit, and I'm expecting this thing to just crash on through. Next, we have MT. Again, this is on the watch list last week and posted to the sites. I did get into this. You can see the red line here where I got in. I bought what $4 puts on this one. MT. Where are we at? Okay, yeah, March 4 puts. So that's kind of my target. That's what I'm looking at. So I am expecting this thing to kind of obviously continuous descent. We'll see. If at a minimum, I think we'll come down, of course, to this level here, about 370. But I expect it to pop on through. I expect it to continue down. We are at the top of the linear regression channel here. Got some moving averages above. Let it fall. ETP made the watch list last week. Don't recall the date. Might have been the 28th, 29th, kind of an area. Again, we're kind of halfway up the channel here, but again, look at that. On the Thursday, we had a good 4% gain on that. So we'll keep an eye on this one. Cabot Oil and Gas, same thing, made the watch list last week. See, it's just kind of trading sideways. Don't have much to say there. EPD, same thing. Might climb a little bit higher again. Get the 100-day moving average, the bold blue just above it. Probably come up to that again, maybe touch it on Monday. Or even go through it. As you can see back here, we kind of pierce through it a couple of days. Could very well do that, which brings it up to 26s. And then after that, we'll see. DDD. Okay, this is one I did not get into, and I really wish I did. This is the 3D printer outfit. Excellent move. Excellent move. Made the watch list, I think, back here, 28th, 29th, something like that. 28th? I don't know. Anyways, and it did so far just what I'd hoped it would, and unfortunately I didn't play it. That would have been some nice little gain there, but I did not. So keep an eye on that one. GSM. No one's home. GSM, no one's home. What's going on here? GSM. All right, no chart apparently. So, anyways, SHLD was on the watch list last week. Kind of see just you can see support down here at 1930 about. Let's see if we'll come down, touch that again. We're currently at 1250, so might see a $1 plus move on the downside. If not, that will give us a higher low. Don't really think we have much strength of anything to do anything. So I don't know. Then we have DV. So DV again, we kind of caught this right here. You can see hit up here at this resistance area here from the previous high. You can see how we kind of tied that together. We came up to hit it. Mostly falls in line with the linear regression channel. We'll see. I expected actually probably to get a wick to come on through maybe, but we are starting to roll over a bit. So again, looking at the dates, I think it might have been somewhere in here up the top, maybe the 28th, 29th, $26. We're already down almost $1. So love to see it come on down to 22s. Okay, so that's what pretty much what the watch list was last week, and I got in to most of those positions. So right now, what I'm going to go in is kind of what I'm looking for this week. Let me stand by real quick here. Oh, yeah. All right. So for this week, and I will post this at InvestFeed and on TopFlightTrades.com, my watch list for next week, and I'll post that here in a little bit. I'm going to shoot through these pretty quickly, but you can see the setups essentially be pretty much the same. I'm bearish on most everything right now. So NM. So Navios Maritime. Thursday was kind of interesting. You can see we kind of got a gain in some volume here. So don't know if it's going to continue into next week. We did close up above the moving average here, the 50-day. But, I'm thinking we're going to hold this line right here. Certainly that's what I'm watching. There's no position here, but I'm thinking we might now get a bounce out of this. Kind of look at our indicators here. You can see the RMI is up pretty high, and he gave us, with the blue here, kind of gave us a bullish signal here on Tuesday. I mean, kind of turned around, but what I've noticed too in a lot of these, when I kind of get these signals, sometimes we'll come up and touch up again, and that could very well be the case right now. We actually could close up a little higher. Then I'm waiting for the turnaround, and essentially the technical is still set up and trigger the same, except it's just going to be a few days later, and I'm fine with that. And usually too, it'll happen. So I might be in just a few days early, but the setup is actually correct. Sometimes the timing's off by a week. That's fine. When I sit there and I hold it 90 days, we're well profited. So it doesn't matter having an error 3 days being wrong, because the overall trend is correct. So anyways, that's NM. So that's what we're looking at here. So next we have DDC. Now this is one that I'm kind of seeing it yet. This could be another one of these. Okay, so this kind of hit on my list a little bit back in here last week, and you can see Thursday kind of had some good gains, fairly 1.3%, but we get the 100-day right above here. So I'm watching this. There's no position in this, but I'll be watching this one. Another mining outfit. Once this turns, this could be a pretty sweet ride down. You go from $10 down to $7s, $8. Okay, I think it's going to go much lower. I think we're going to follow this channel right on down. You could go back down to 6s. Don't overlook the linear regression here. And of course, we can pop out of it. But again, we got resistance just above there with the moving average. So that's DDC. No position, still watching it. Then we have SIEN. I mentioned this one here a couple weeks ago. Must have been back in this area, I think. Very low volume on this one. It's 500,000 shares a day. Still got a little bit to go here in the channel. Pretty tight range, really. This chart is kind of skewed, or it's kind of compressed because of this big candle. As you can see, me get rid of it, and the chart starts to kind of normalize there a bit. So we'll see what happens here. We got through the 50-day moving average, but we have the channel here. Not very confident in this one, but it made my list. Next, we have Geos. Even lower volume, 225,000 shares a day. You back out and kind of see what we're looking at here. Let me jump to the weekly. It's a weekly. Okay, so you can see I got some support drawn in there. I guess you could say it goes all the way back to 2009. We went over this one last week, I think. But, yeah. Here's the short-term view. I'm thinking we're going to come to the 100-day and bounce off it. So Monday might be a good day, but I think after that, this is just going to get weak. Pull all the way back, and then we have earnings coming up, which is a 66-cent loss per share. Previous was 89. So if you're bearish on this, that would probably be a good time to get in. I didn't look at the option prices if there is any. Volume, again, is low. I normally don't play these. And I probably won't, but I want to at least share it with you in case this is kind of your gig. This is what you like to see. Next, we have STX. Seagate. Okay, same kind of thing here. Should we cross through the 50-day? Looking for a pullback to head on down. I'll probably wait till it closes underneath the 50-day here. You zoom in again, you can kind of get a better look. At least want to get it through that support of the 50-day. Probably won't, hold it, respect it very much, but definitely kind of one area trigger for me is to get underneath that. I'll let this thing drop a buck. Then where are we looking at? I don't know, down to 33s, but squeeze a couple bucks out of it. Then you got earnings coming up in 21 days. All right, talked about DDC. So next we have VEDL. VEDL. What are we looking at here? Again, technical setup. We got the 50-day and the 100-day just above it. Looking at my indicators here, again, they're high right now. We're kind of getting some sideways action on it. Look at Thursday's action. A lot of volume here. So we'll see what happens. But it still failed to close up above that 50-day. So I'm thinking one bad day, this thing's going to take a dump and just come right back down to 4s. Again, what's volume? 266,000 shares a day. Low volume. So if that's not your gig, be very cautious. Again, I set my minimum at 700,000 or so, and that's what I like to see. But who knows? Who knows what happens? I could play it. Next, we have SSI. I think we talked about this last week. Starting to get a pullover. Starting to curl over here a bit, like we hoped for. Yeah, pretty good. So it was 967, so now we're down to 911. I'm expecting this thing to continue downward. So that's what we're looking for. Anyways, that's SSI. No position in that. Next, we have AVID. 330,000 shares a day. Not very high. Again, low volume, but these are just shitty companies. Okay. So photography, consumer cyclical. Just not liking it. You see, we've kind of come up to this area here a couple of times. Starting to fade out a bit. I don't think we're going to have enough strength to curl up and take on more ground. Not thinking that right now. So this made my list as well. We'll keep an eye on it. Avid. Then we have AGFS. This is going to be even lower volume, isn't it? Yeah, 214,000. Looking at linear regression here, though. You can see we kind of have a line from point to point. Hasn't done much this last week. Long wick here. Look at that. Came down to 580 with a high of 650. So pretty good range there. Again, I'm thinking this is going to break down. Give us a bad day in the markets. This thing's going to just dump. No position in this one right now. Again, a low volume. All right, next BBL. What is this? BHP. Yeah, this has made my list a few times recently here. Haven't really looked at this one very well. I'm noting the low volume right now. We'll see what happens. We're just metal mining, basic materials. I don't know. You can see this gaps up and down all the time. I don't even know what this is. So I'm not going to comment on it. Don't really know. BEL, Belmond. Okay, well, you can kind of see what's happening here. Again, we have downward channel. We got the linear regression. We had several strong green days here, and we're starting to roll over a bit. So I like that. Fundamentally, this company stinks. Smells like dog balls, and it's going to roll over. It's hotel motels. Not very familiar with them. Check out the volume here recently, though. Quite a bit. Maybe people are hoping for a bottom. Let's look for a weekly. Here's the weekly chart. So on the weekly, we're down at the bottom of the channel right now. I'm not really thinking this is going to continue its climb off the weekly up to 11. Certainly not. It's only $1.50 anyways, but here's 11. Anyways, no position. Again, this just made my list right now, and so I'm kind of waiting for an entry. SPXC. I'll shoot through these a little quicker here, folks. SPXC, same kind of setup. You kind of see our channel here, linear regression. Might trade sideways for a couple more days before it begins its fall. Then we have BNED, what's this? Barnes and Noble. This hit my system here right back up in here. And no, I'm not claiming it. I'm not Monday morning quarterbacking it, but I really wish I would have played this. But my system hits a lot of stocks, and I'm going to kind of weed through them a bit. But that would have been a nice gain there. Buy some puts on that. Money right there. But I didn't. I did not. So we'll see here. Looks like we're kind of running out of steam up here. I don't think we're going to come up and fill this gap here. We're going to probably just roll this thing right on over and come on down to sevens. Next, we have ABX. There we are, Barrett Gold. Back out a bit. Barrett Gold, we're trading right down the center of that channel here, trading sideways. So we're going between $8 and we'll call it $7. $6.90, $7. Let's look at the weekly. Where's it going to go? I think it's going to pop one way or another. One way or another. So, I guess I don't have much to add on this one. CNX. Looking for just to roll over here. I don't know. Up 1.5% on Thursday. PDS, portable. No, it's precision drilling. All right. I'm not too certain about this, and we do have moving averages right above. That could hold this thing down. So it's only at $3.94. We got $2.7 million shares. There are 2.7 million shares a day. Earnings are not for another 38 days. I don't know. OCN. Here's OCN. Okay, I got an OCN here recently. You can see back here. Bought some puts, $6 puts. Looks like. So I'm right down here. They go all the way through February. We'll take a look here. Hopefully I gave myself enough time. I've been doing my research this weekend, and with my options, I've been looking at having the expiration at least 50 days out. Now I'm looking at, I'd rather go 100. The profit opportunity is so much greater by allowing more time, and it's worth the extra 20% in premium for the extra time. It really is. And I'm going back testing this stuff, and it's insane. And I'll probably do it, and then I'll say, hey, 100 days isn't enough. I'm going to go with at least 150. That could be. But we'll see how this year plays out. But anyways, this is only, where are we at? Obviously, 50 plus days out. So I need to go 100. But we'll see what happens. I think this will come on down. OCN. Also got an Apollo. You can see got in right up here. Looking for this thing to come on down. I don't think I covered this one already. Anyways, you can see that we got some support down here. Just under 7. I don't know. It's kind of a weird place. I'll call it 7. Close enough. Anyways, I bought some puts a little further out. So those are what, April, May. Yeah, so I'm definitely thinking we're going to probably continue to trade sideways here and drop on through. We'll see. APOL. And we have enable. That's what I call it. It is enable, right? Yep, enable midstream. Let me zoom out, and you can kind of see what we're looking at here. There's the trend, folks. Here's the linear regression channel. Kind of came up to it. I don't know about this here. We'll probably just respect it and bounce right back down. And then I think we're coming down here to 5s. Under 6, perhaps. So keep an eye on that one. It's enable. No position in that one. I already talked about SSI. And the other one I mentioned last week was Quotient Technology. And this made the list on the 29th, I think. Where's the 29th? 29th. So on that day. Posted about that, so it's done pretty good so far. Expecting it again to continue its fall. So I think that is my list. So, all right, back to the S&P. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I have for tonight. I'm going to continue to work on this stuff. I'll be posting charts here to the sites to invest feed tonight on the ones I'm looking for. Also, hey, if you're over there, I'm on Instagram too. I put it on my personal channel, kind of posts on some charts and that. It's the same stuff you're going to find on Stock Twits. But I'm kind of new to invest feed or Instagram, all these sites, Instagram, and there's a lot of fun stuff over there. I really like the travel stuff. I'm pretty excited to go out and see the world, and here in another week and a half, I'm heading somewhere. Not sure where exactly. We'll be heading somewhere for a few days. Could could be Tokyo. I've reached out hopefully to see if anybody's around in Tokyo. If anybody wants to, any traders out there want to meet up for a drink or something, I would welcome that. Could be going to Paris. It's really going to be up to that day and what flight I can get on, kind of a thing. So we will see, and we're just going to wing it. So I will post some pictures, and looking forward to getting out of town here. Man. So hey, and keep trading, keep kicking butt, keep studying, keep doing your work. I don't know. I've had some personal experiences here recently where I've had a lot of people, they have dreams and they give up so fast. And I can't say that I'm the shining example of dreams that come true and all that. But you know what? I've put a lot of time and work in, and I see it in the results right now. And I'm starting to see everything fall together right now. And I'm not bragging about that. But what I'm saying is I could have given up 10 years ago, 5 years ago, when I was losing. And you just kind of keep plugging away. It's so hard, but that's what sets people apart, the winners from the losers. It really is. And it's kind of a cliche thing to say, but it's so true. And, you know, I'm willing to help anybody who's working on this stuff. Again, reach out to me. I'll tell you everything I can so you succeed, because you got to keep going, and you got to rely on people who are on your side, who are willing to help. Use them. And take what they offer, absorb it, and run with it, and build and learn and study, and you're going to succeed. And you can throw your freaking BS life away. Throw it away. You know, start a new life. Go live life. And I don't know. Obviously, I've been doing a lot of thinking over the holidays here, and yep. So, all right, enough about that. Hey, thanks for watching, folks. Again, this is Eric from TopFlight Trades. It is January 3rd, 2016. I'll see you over at InvestFeed, StockTwits, TopFlightTrades.com. And if you are on Instagram, I'm EROC2020. That's EROK2020. You can look up hashtag TopFlightTrades. But I'm over there kind of trying to post fun stuff. I'll be posting pictures over there, obviously, and things like that. Thanks, folks. Have a good night. Have a good Sunday. Go Seahawks, and we'll look for you later. All right. Thanks, guys.